So, for those who are so new to SEGAM, what is SEGAM and how does this stand out from the other alumni events?
So, Alumni Association of Gindi, AACEG, has a very structured program of multiple types. One of them is the popular thing is like we have what is called as the endowment lectures. I mean, a series of lectures. Probably almost every month, one or two lectures will be there. These are lectures instituted by former alumni who are like maybe in the name of some of the alumni who are in the parents of the alumni daughters and sons also have instituted this because in memory of their parents. So they give some endowment fund, and that fund is used for conducting these yearly lectures. So this is one kind of activity. The other activity is like the events or alumni events, or like we have what is called as the alumni day event. One day is designated as an alumni day. We celebrate it, on which all the alumni are invited, and most importantly, during that event only we identify distinguished alumni and give them all awards and all that based on certain criteria. We request for nomination from various alumni who have achieved something, and then there is a committee which analyzes, evaluates, and then grants them the Distinguished Alumni Award also. And there is Genesis Day, one more event which is also every year happens. The Genesis Day is the day on which the Alumni Association was formed. So there is one event that will be conducted around Genesis Day. And the third is, of course, we have the AGM, or annual general body meeting, in which every alumni can attend as members, and then the whole accounts is presented. So of course the elections, every 2 years once we conduct the elections, and it is a well governed body. As a registered society under the Tamil Nadu Societies Act, we elect 33 EC members. The EC members elect office bearers, which includes president, vice president, secretary, joint secretary, treasurer, and joint treasurer, and all these members. And we also can co-opt, as many as 20, 30 executive committee members who may not be elected. So these EC members meet every month and have a EC meeting, what is called as executive committee meeting. The entire governance of the association takes place, and this is the normal activities that we do. But these are not done publicizing the way we do CGAM. At CGAM we emphasize on focusing on topical ideas to be discussed during those meetings, as well as we really do a lot of PR and publicity to bring as many alumni as possible. The most important thing is, in the other events, if you really see, the same alumni who have been attending will repeat. But in CGAM, our focus is to bring even the youngsters, bring the experienced people, bring the industry stalwarts, and create this network which will be useful. Now, the very idea of the Global Alumni Meet, when it was conceived, based on our experience and my experience and people like me who have experience in the industry, we always have felt that for most of the alumni during their budding career period, when early during their career, they want somebody as a mentor to guide them. What choices do I make? Can I take this job? Can I join this company? Should I do post-graduation? Should I take masters? These are questions, like numerous questions, and people have. They want somebody to guide to them. Not all of us have the fortune of having one of our uncles or aunts who can guide us. Okay, you can do this. And even if we have those, some of our family members could be in some position, but they may not be specialized in the same area that we are specialized, where the industry is going. So we wanted to, create this network basically to help these, young aspiring alumni and find them also mentors and informal, network of people who can help them. And I have seen myself, most other institutions benefit from this network. Let's assume that you are in part of an IIT or an IIM. The biggest advantage you get is not necessarily the academic prowess. We are all academically more or less the same, because take for example CEG is out of the every year maybe about 1.5 lakh people write +2 examinations, and then out of which just about I think 400 or 500 candidates are just getting into CEG. Most of them, if you really analyze, you'll see that they are in the 99% and above, most of them, almost all of them, and they come from diverse background. So these people, not all of them are like from second generation or third generation. Some of them are first generation. Like me, for example, when I joined CEG, I was a first generation person. My parents, are not gone to even school. So this is the idea. The diversity of CEG necessarily makes that there should be some system to assist students who cannot get this kind of support. So this not only helps them in growing their personal career, but also if you are in business. Say you want somebody as a co-founder, or you want some investment, you want some mentor. Now, all this is what, even in Ivy League or any IIT, IIM, this is what is happening. So CEG, our goal is to ensure that we create a trusted network of people through which the network, we can access to many, alumni who have had this kind of experience or willingness to help each other. So even for a senior alumni, let's say he launches a company, the biggest challenge for him to get the right people. So this is, working both ways. Of course, trust is paramount for you to really get to know each other and work together as a team. So our goal is to create this trusted networks where, you can refer people, we can get people of our, need based on our need, as well as we can support each other. So that's one of the major objectives. If you really ask me, why should young alumni must attend CEG? And in today's, CGAM, or the Global Alumni Meet, this is because in today's world, it's not enough that if you are doing professionally very well, you must also know the right person to, get opportunity. You get the doors opened by someone, you reach out to someone. And same way, if you are available as a potential candidate, a founding team member, a co-founder, now that's where you get opportunity. You can't generate or build a network on demand. I mean, all of you, if you come in and you will, by the end of this event, and then after some interaction, you will find that you become friends with many people across branches, across batches. They may be seniors and juniors. There is no difference. I mean, once you become an alumni, you will find that people are, contrary to your assumption, these people are seniors, so how can I reach out to them? I mean, all these differences will vanish. Suddenly you will find that everybody is, forthcoming, helping, treating you as peers, which cannot even happen in your office because you have a hierarchical system where, you can't reach out to a senior person. So this is completely different. For example, when we came in, people like Sasi and engineer Sasi and engineer Ramaseshan, who are in there, they graduated in 1960, 61 and all that. So they were forthcoming, and they were treating us like peers. They used to come and consult with us, ask for ideas. We used to go and ask them, what should we do? And this kind of interactions, gave me lots of insight about how do you really mentor people, nurture people. And CEG, the Alumni Association, being a not-for-profit entity, one of the important things that, you learn is how do you influence people when you don't have power and authority? So because if you learn that trick, it will be very useful even in your professional setup in your organization also. Most of the time, today, if you want to work with youngsters, they defy authority. They don't like us. I mean, for example, working with you all, we should be in your own wavelength. We must really respect you, understand what you are. I mean, you are all forthright, you are all very fearless because you come from a different generation. Now, this is what I learned. I mean, honestly, I did not have a formal mentor for myself when I actually, developed in my career. But when I became an active member of Alumni Association, I learned lots of these things, as to how do you coordinate with people who are not even under your control. I mean, there is nothing like you can command anyone. You'll have to only request. And interestingly, what I learned is if your purpose is right, if your intent is good, and automatically a lot of people gravitate around you, they start contributing. And one of the tricks I learned is to be a good manager, you should not be an impediment to people doing work. And fundamentally, traditional management makes it difficult for people to work. That's what my finding is. So, which is why people ask me, how did you manage to, organize this event and then make it successful? I think I did not do anything. I only really created this opportunity for others to contribute, and they all are coming and contributing on their own. I mean, I don't even know most of what you are doing, for example. So many people do lots of work that I don't know, but they are doing because I only tell them, hey, this is what we want to do. How can you help us? And I go out and then, help them in the way that they can get it accomplished. I give them some contact, I give them some resources, I speak to the EC and get some approvals. And I essentially do some service to make you all perform. So that's how it is working. So therefore, my request to all the young alumni and, senior alumni who are not very clear about, what is the gain that they are going to have from CEGAM meeting, is that if you come in and start giving something into the system, eventually you can take a lot back from the system. So it's actually, that's how it is. So surprisingly, you will find that you always gain. That it's not a zero sum game. You don't have to give more than what you take. In fact, you will take more actually than you can give, because that's how it works. One reference is enough to, help you throughout your life. One good contact might be enough in going to a good career. One good contact can get you venture capital. So this is something that, everybody must realize. You can't build the network on demand. Let's say suddenly 2 years from now you want some network. You can't go and set up the network there and then create it. So that's why I repeatedly emphasize, all of you youngsters, please come and join us. I mean, meet with your seniors, juniors, peers, youngsters, everybody. You will not know when they are going to help you. The help will be available. Surprisingly, you will not realize, oh, this is what, happened. I mean, I'm looking back, I draw the, what you call, like famously quoted by Steve Jobs, you can only plot the curve back, not forward. I mean, connect the dot backward, as they say. Everywhere I see, I told you also, everywhere CG people have helped me. So I think, many of them tell that you have helped me. I mean, I've done some probably contribution. And I was not, sure that what I was doing of great value. But when I hear people say that your reference was very useful, your introduction was very good, I think these are values that we can't even measure, but it happens. So that's the fundamental idea. And as long as we continue to do this repeatedly and then create a very trusted network, make it easy for people to identify opportunity, make it easy for people to connect with each other, we will be really successful. It will be really worthwhile, I'm telling you, and you will realize it. Couple of years from now, you're going to come and tell me, yeah, this event happened to be one of the best thing happened to me in my life, because I got so many things. That's going to happen. Yeah.
So those are really, really valuable insights and great analogies. So in short, you're saying that SIGAM is a great mix of hand-holding support, networking, along with nostalgia. To be honest, whenever I talk to the younger generation who are entrepreneurs today from our college, the only point of contact whom they always say is AJB. Yeah, I know AJB. So the mutual connection we've got is AJB, sir. I know AJB, sir. So because you've been creating a lot of opportunities for them, which is so beneficial for them.